Make your next fishing expedition an affair to remember. Charter the 58-foot twin diesel sport fishing boat, the High Hopes. Her Carolina craftsmanship make her safe, comfortable, and fast. And Captain David Wright knows just where to go for the fish that are biting right now. You're almost assured of bringing home the big ones every time. The High Hopes is Coast Guard inspected and licensed to carry up to 18 passengers in style. And she comes equipped with the finest new rods and reels. Call Wright Charters today, 757-430-1305.
Now when we get to the very end of our fishing setup, the bottom thing is usually a sinker. Now sinkers come in a big variety of shapes. This one is used as an anchor sinker, and it's used either when you're casting in the surf or off of a pier. Now this one with an eye on both ends is an inline trolling sinker. It's used for trolling right to your rod and reel, and then off here you'll use a monofilament line of various distances back to a lure or a bait. And from this, it's just designed to get your fish or your line down in the water a little bit. This is designed while you're trolling to get your line down in the water a little bit so you're not up on the surface, so the bait down there is swimming. Now this type of a sinker is used just to drop a line straight down and not really cast with ever. But it will roll. This is a pyramid sinker. It's designed that when you do cast it out away from the boat a little bit, it will lay flat and be resistant to rolling. And next we have an egg sinker. This has a hole in it, comes in all different sizes just like the rest of them do, but the line goes through here so it's above your terminal tackle, and it can slide up and down the line. Now this is a butterbean sinker. This is one of my favorite ones for fishing over a wreck, simply because you can jiggle it a little bit and it'll come right out of the wreck, whereas the others tend to get stuck in there. Now this last one is a bank sinker, and if you look, it's got 6 sides on it. Comes again in various sizes, but what happens is you can cast this out and it's resistant to roll. It will roll in a swift current, but it's much more resistant than this one or some of the others. One of the most important things, and sometimes it's really overlooked, is the fishing line we use. Now basically, there are 4 types of fishing line. There's Dacron, which is a braided line, and I don't use it. I just use the other things, but it's an excellent line. It has very little stretch, and it'll last for a couple of years. We use it mainly for backing before we put on the final line. Now, one of the types that we use is wire. Now the wire line, I'm going to show you what the rods and reels look like, but this is for fishing down in the deep on the bottom usually. And when we load wire line, it's either a Monel, such as this spool, or it's braided. Most of the time we use braided, because once you get a backlash, the line is pretty much messed up and you need to replace it. The thing that always goes with the wire line is a thumb. Now it's just a little piece of leather that sits over your thumb so that when you're letting the line out, you won't get cut by a piece of wire that's been frayed a little bit.